Guys doing? How's everybody going on? I got some news to talk to you guys about, and I just want to say thank you guys for joining this channel. This is the messy sweets, the, the messy sweet spot. Lord have mercy, you know I'm getting old. All right, so a lot of talk is going on with Chris Stokes. Okay, now if you guys did not know Chris Stokes, he was ahead of that B2K um, um, R&B video, group. Well, his wife is speaking out. Yesterday, she came out and she had a whole spiel to say. She said that, you know what, that everything that you guys are saying about Chris Stokes is true. And she wants to come out here and she wants to speak her truth. She was looking for to interview. She was looking to write a book. She was looking to do something. But frankly, I went over, and this is the lady here. If you guys do not know what she looks like, because I've never seen her before, and I had no idea who she was, but this is who she is, and she's a beautiful girl. Let me put this on. You see, she was always on the red carpets with him, and they are saying she's been knowing about this stuff for a while. She was there during this whole time this was going on, where Chris Stokes was being a R. Kelly and he was being a Diddy. And this video, I'm going to show you guys why he's a Diddy and a R. Kelly 2.0. And I'm going to connect the dots of all these individuals up in this industry. And I do believe that she knew about this a long time. I know she knows this about this long time. The reason why I know, because I remember her. I remember seeing her back in Hollywood when I was back in Hollywood, and she was around some gay men then. Okay, even though some of the gay men she was around, they have passed. Rest in peace to them. But I know she knows what was up. But I went over Sherelle's video today, and I'm going to talk about that. But Sherelle, where that video at? Sherelle came out with a video today, and she confirms that the lady she's in hiding. She went hiding. As you guys can see, Sherelle talked about on her thing today. They said Chris Stokes' ex-wife, the girl that's speaking out, she is in hiding, honey. You can't find her. She done shut stuff down. And this Facebook that I'm on of hers, she hasn't been on this for a long time, but she's a gorgeous girl. But that's how they get that. These gay men, they love to get a pretty beard. And if you don't know what a beard is, that is somebody they use so you don't know they have an attraction for another man. You see? Okay? Because I looked up this too. I said, well, how old is Chris Stokes? I just was curious to know. And Chris Stokes, he's, I believe, 58 years old. He's 58 years old. Diddy is 54 years old. He was born in 1996, November the 4th. That's Diddy. And R. Kelly, he was born in January the 8th. He's 57. So all these guys are in the same age bracket, which in their 50s, upper 50s, and they all have the same reputation out here messing with underage boys and girls. They all have wives. As you guys know, Chris Stokes, he got a wife. Diddy had a wife. Well, I don't know if he ever married, but he had a girlfriend. And R. Kelly, he had a wife, and they were all using these beautiful girls, and all of them were beautiful. R. Kelly wife is beautiful. Diddy wife is beautiful. They're gonna keep a pretty eye candy and make babies with them, And I'm sure back in those days when they were born back in the 1960s, they were not accepting any of that zesty stuff. So they had to go to hiding, and they're probably traumatized from it. Because, a lot of people say, well, why they just won't come out and be with a man? Because they've been traumatized and they ain't going to never come out because it's already messed up because they've been traumatized. But messing with underage boys and girls, that's just unacceptable. That right there, oh, no, we can't get with that. And look at him now. This was a couple of months ago. This is Chris Stokes, and this says... Omarion. No, not Omarion. What's the other name? I forgot that boy name. Marques Houston, child. Marques Houston and them, they working on a movie for Tubi. I know you said, well, Hollywood is allowing them to work. No, sweetheart. They are working on Tubi. You know, Tubi, they can just do whatever they want to do over there. Now, before I continue on, I just want to know how you guys doing up in the chat. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Are y'all feeling good today? Press 3 if you are blessed. You know, God woke you up this morning. You guys are blessed. You guys know this is Sunday. And let me look in the comment section over here. I do like to engage with my fans. I do like to talk to you guys. If you guys can hear me, great. Please press 5. Okay. So what are you guys saying? Dreadful Nick says Chris Stokes is coming after bloggers. Oh, really? Who he came after? What blogger has he came after? Okay. Okay. Chris Stokes, you better not come after me. Okay. Yeah. And you guys said Drea is not beautiful. You don't think Drea is beautiful? Well, I'm glad somebody told the truth, right? It's like I'm playing. You know what? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. If some of y'all don't like how Drea look, I can't help that. Okay. Y'all seen insistent sis and bots. Well, what YouTuber are you guys referring to? Can you please put a name on it? Which YouTuber did he refer to? Okay. Okay. And stop. What you say? Stop spreading lies. What lies have I spread, baby? And ain't no lie I have came out yet. Okay. I've just said what I see on social media. And all I'm doing is just responding to what I see on social media. All I'm doing is reacting to it. You understand? So you guys are so mean. You guys to say that Drea Kelly is not beautiful. You know, hey, well, you feel like he could have done better. But you know, maybe Drea Kelly, it was her personality. She does come off as a very sweet woman. But you know, it's a lot of things. She's very talented. Dance moves. Maybe he wanted them young dancers because you know Drea Kelly, she teaches dance, and maybe them young girls came and watched, and she, you know, who knows why he decided to pick with Drea Kelly. But you know, she's not giving up that last name, is she? You know, they love keeping that last name Kelly, honey. Okay. So let's move forward. This is her. Isn't she gorgeous? This is Stokes' wife, Chris Stokes' ex-wife. It would you guys say she's gorgeous? Would you guys say, oh, look at her? You know who she remind me of? It's that girl that played on Love and Hip Hop. She is Fetty Wap's baby mother. That's who kind of she remind me of in the face a little bit. Yeah, honey. But I feel like she knew all along everything was going on. Now, why she has disappeared now? Why did she sprinkle something and took it back? I have no idea, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. They're also saying, I was over there at Sean Davy Way, and they were saying that she's not close with her kids. You guys know that Chris Stokes and her, they have a couple of kids, beautiful kids. When I tell you they make some good kids as far as the looks goes, beautiful kids, sweetheart. But over there, it looks like, you know, she does not have the best relationship with her kids. So I don't know what's that about, what she's been doing. But she did have a breakdown 2 days ago when she came out and she made these claims. And maybe if you guys are saying Chris Stokes are out here shutting people down, maybe he shut her down. I hope she lives to see tomorrow, you know. No, not Alexis Sky. Let me go back to here. I see you guys saying Alexis Sky. No, I'm sorry, not Fetty. What's the I get them confused. What is that other girl? She was dating Fetty Wap too. Cause Alexis Sky, her baby daddy is not Fetty Wap. You know that, right? Not what's the Mystica? That Mystica girl, the one with the funky feet. Yeah, they said Mystica, she might be cute, but she got some funky feet on her. So she reminds me, it was a picture she did with the snapback when she was looking back right here. This reminds me of Mystica. Do y'all see it? Do y'all see it? Y'all don't see it. Okay. Dirty feet. Ah! Not that funky, dirty feet girl. Yes. So she reminds me of her a little bit. Just in that picture. Just that picture. I don't know what it's about, but it's about that picture. So anyway, coming back here, she claims that you know what, everything that we knew about Chris Stokes, him making them be together. Did you guys know that? And this is some new report, but I want to go on to him making these B2K guys sleep together. So I was over here at B with the T. I mean, not B with the T, but pettyblog.com. And she has a title that just blew my mind. It says, Ras B said, and he did say it because I heard it with my own ears, that Chris Stokes made B2K smash each other. Yes, when I tell you all of the B2K boys were involved, J-Boog was smashing. Who they say he was smashing? I think he was smashing Ras B. I think all of them have smashed Ras B. Omarion, you know, that was their favorite. Okay. Omarion was definitely their favorite in the group because Omarion and Marques Houston, they used to be like brothers. A lot of people even thought they were brothers at one point in time because they were so close. So Marques Houston, you know, he is zesty, but you know, he's on a down low and he's very, you know, in the beginning, and all these boys were known to be homophobic. And let's just keep it real as well. Back in the day, do you guys remember this? Especially the OGs out here. Do you guys remember B. Scott? Okay, love B. Scott, right? Press one if you remember B. Scott. Well, honey, B. Scott, I'm not sure if she trans or what she is, but she's part of the LGBT community and she was a blogger. And honey, her and Bow Wow got into a nasty fight all over social media, honey. This was back in the day. And she called him out. She know because you know B. Scott be in the industry, honey. They be knowing everything. And she called Bow Wow out. He's definitely undercover. And Bow Wow and Omarion was in a whole blown relationship, girl, on the down low. But yeah, a lot of them are very homophobic, and we all know that's the biggest sign you can tell of an undercover brother if he's very homophobic. Something he hiding. Okay, something about another gay man really grind his gears because it's something within him or something that he done did that he's fighting against. And the more he can outlash and say, oh, I can't stand that stuff ain't right, the more he feels justified with the gay stuff that he been doing behind closed doors. And the more he says it, he feels that nobody would suspect him of doing those type of activities. Do you understand? Just like they want to get with the wife to hide so you don't know, you don't suspect they doing them activities, because back in the day those activities were a crime. You can go to jail if you were caught being with another same gender or doing any of that type of stuff. Nobody didn't want to work with you. Discrimination. It was just saying, oh my God, that's horrible. And these, you know, gay people, that's just who they are. That's just how they were born. You know, they can't help who they love and like and whatever. So when I saw this title and when I heard him say it, I said, wow, they were making all those B2K boys smash each other. And she said, you should have seen what J-Boog and Fizz was doing. And it made sense to me because I don't know if you guys heard, but recently J-Boog and Fizz, they was on this interview talking about how these women love eating their cakes. Do you guys remember that? Press 5 if you guys remember that. They were on some interview talking about how women eat them cakes. And honey, when I'm telling you, once you, man, because you know it's a G spot back in those back doors, and once you open that door, ain't no more going back. Okay, ain't okay. So yeah, they allow women to go back in the back door, you know. And it's interesting to see how comfortable they are to be on the interviews talking about it. I was surprised to hear they were on. I can, because they usually keep that stuff under wrap, but not no more. Women eating cakes, yes, 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 and it might be some men. You never know. Okay, it might be some men. You never know. So also I wanted to get to as well. This is the guy that I was talking about yesterday. I'm just gonna call him Q. He passed away. I was over here on Since Day One YouTube channel, and she did an interview with one of Chris Stokes' victims, and he talks about the whole situation. And you guys see this man that you see on the screen, he has passed away. He's gone. They said he died from a car accident. And I don't know if that was an accident or it was something that was planned, because allegedly he was supposed to have a tell-all book coming out. This is the year where people want to talk and tell everything that happened in the past. And he wanted to speak out, and he said he gay. And they asked him, do you think that Chris Stokes putting his hot dog in his buns caused him to be gay? Because a lot of people have that idea. Okay, if a grown man put his hot dog in your bun at an early age, does that make you gay? And all of a sudden you just want a man now? And he said no. He said he's always been gay since he was 5 or 6 years old. However, he didn't want Chris Stokes hot dog in his buns for a record deal. And they are saying, these guys like R. Kelly, Diddy, and Chris Stokes, and these are African American men. These are your brothers that's doing it to your own brothers, right? They are saying you're gonna have to bend over to get this record deal. So how bad do you want that record deal? Y'all just need to go ahead and work at Walmart and Target, okay? Because you don't have to do all that to work at Walmart and Target and Sears and Kroger's. Just get yourself a regular job. And now you can get on internet and YouTube, and you can sing yourself off, So you don't have to do all that if you don't want to bend over and do all that. It's unnecessary. So let's hear a little bit what he has to say. Do you guys know him? Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Let's play.
Tell you if he's gay. I can tell you that I'm gay, but I don't know if he's gay. I know he likes little boys, and allegedly.
Now, who he likes little boy? He's talking about Marques Houston, and I'm just going to add Chris Stokes in the mix too, because they're best friends. They're tight as rice. That's Marques Houston one to reading the script. Now, Marques Houston, he remarried, and he has a young, beautiful girl. I'm telling you, gay men, they can pick some beautiful wives to be in a relationship with, and they can make some beautiful babies. But I don't have a problem with nobody gay or nothing like that. But when it comes to messing with these kids, that's my issue. That's when I draw the line. And he said Marques Houston SA'd him at a very young age. And that is so sad, because Marques Houston, he can get any grown man, but I guess he don't want no grown man. He want the innocence of a boy. So why is that? So let's get back to this video.
Hey, that makes you something.
Do you think that the experience that happened with Chris Stokes caused you to change your sexuality?
No. Growing up, I always knew I was different. I always knew there was something different about me. Even when I dated girls, I knew that I liked boys, and I had 2 girlfriends that I really liked. I loved them, but it was more so for me. I was trying to fit in with society because that was what was acceptable.
You heard what he said. So this is one of the victims, and I feel like it's so important to hear the victims, because this is what it's all about. It's all about how the victims feel. It's all about the victim's voice. And the victim said, he's talking about, who he is and how he gay. He said that the only reason why he was dating women because of the pressures of society. And that's sad. he shouldn't have to feel forced to date no women's if that's not who he is. But he was trying to fit in. And that's the issue right there. Can we talk about trying to fit in? That trying to fit in spirit. See, when you're a young boy, gay boy, and you're trying to fit in and you're feeling pressure to fit in with the straights or the heterosexuals, that's a spirit right there, to try to fit in spirit. Then when Chris Stokes or Marques Houston approach you trying to be a B2K, you still got that fit in spirit. So you allowing yourself to do something to trying to fit in when it all comes from people not accepting you because you gay, as a kid. So, you got to stop it. The parents got to stop that, okay? Because the kids, they just victims of the society. But these parents and these societies trying to pressure these young gay boys to be straight and pressure them be with women when that's not who they are. That's a whole different fit in spirit that will cause them to do drugs to fit in, that will cause them to do stuff they don't want to do to fit in because they feel like being who they are is just not enough. So yeah, it trickles down.
And growing up in church, I was always told, you're going to hell if you're gay. You're going to hell. That's a sin. It's an
Oh, that is horrible. That is horrible. And he said about that church, ain't that it? This religion, this indoctrination in religion, it comes at these kids at a very young age when they don't even know left from right. I feel like kids should grow up first and decide if they really want to be a part of that religion indoctrination, because telling a child that they're going to go to hell and all this stuff, it makes that child feel so insecure, and it will lead them to a path of destruction. You're thinking you're trying to force them to change who they are to help you out, but they can't change who they are. They can try to change who they are. And when they do try to change who they are, you're going to get Chris Stokes. You're going to get Diddy. You're going to get R. Kelly. These are all individuals that parents told them they're going to burn in hell if they don't be gay, if they be straight. I mean, if they be gay, they're going to burn in hell, whatever. So these are individuals that have converted or tried to mask to be straight to fit in so they won't burn in hell or whatever. And look how messed up that got them, huh? It's just messed up. So it's sad that he had to go through that. I mean, this guy right here, his whole life has been a trauma. He got betrayed from his own family, because they didn't accept him for being gay. Then he got betrayed from the church people. They didn't accept him. And then when he thought these older men would help him, they just wanted to use him, and these older men, if they were gay, could you imagine if Chris Stokes was happy and gay and was going with grown men, and Diddy was gay and he was going with grown men, and R. Kelly, well, whatever he was, they could have really helped that guy, not trying to see him in a sexual way, but they could say, listen, I'm gay and I'm Diddy and I'm successful and look all I can do. You gay, you can do it too. Don't let nobody tell you differently. This all could have been prevented. This all could have really helped that guy. However, because they're trying to be straight and they got this twisted mindset because society, and they got a situation with trying to take somebody innocence, I'm assuming, I don't know. They involved him and got him in situations and made him a victim of their mess. And that's just crazy. And R. Kelly said he was touched by his auntie or somebody. Girl, it's a whole mess that keep trickling down.
And all that. So like gay was out of the
right. It just came naturally to lie and fake it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
so he said he had to lie and fake it. Now, what type of stuff is that? I thought you don't supposed to be lying in religion. You see, but I guess they rather for you to lie than to be your true self. Okay. But then if you lie, ain't you still gonna go to hell? You're gonna go to hell either way. So you may as well just be yourself and be gay. Okay, because if you lie about it, you're gonna go to hell anyway, right? So child, I'm not playing them games. Okay. But you know, as a child, they don't have a choice because that's what their parents push that indoctrination on them as a child, so they don't have a choice. So I can't blame them. And then when they get of age, they already messed up in the head from that religion, from the society. So they don't know how to unpack all that. They don't even know the direction to go. And they end up with a woman. They end up being married with kids, sneaking and geeking with other men. It's a whole mess. It really is. And it all can be avoided.
That started happening with Marques. Like, I remember early on in the interview, you told me that he like used to put his leg on you and stuff. Like, were you more susceptible to that action because you already knew you were gay, or like, did you like tell him no?
No, I did not do any of that because I was gay. And when he did the leg thing, like I said, I didn't take it like it was intimate.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. She says that because Marques put your leg on his leg, that were you okay with it because you're gay? And he said no. And I just because you're gay don't mean that you want every man. Just because you're gay doesn't mean that you're attracted to every man. You know, if he did not want Marques Houston on his leg, he did not want Marques Houston on his leg. You know, and I think it trickles down to, you know, if a man does this to a woman, then it's okay. And they allow so much stuff goes on. If a man, back in the day, if a man like slap you on your butt, most girls would not call the cops. You know, you do have some girls that would get their brother and say he slapped me on my butt. But you know, most people are not going to speak up for their rights. So I don't know what happened with him when Marques did that. Did he say, "Okay, y'all doing too much"? I don't know if he had a voice or he had that fit in spirit where he felt like he needed to fit in. I'm not sure.
I feel like I don't know what, like, I didn't think nothing of it.
Right.
But when the situation happened upstairs in Chris's room, that's a completely different thing.
Right.
And it's not something that I wanted.
Okay.
It was something that was forced upon me.
Right.
And I was told to be quiet or I would lose my career.
Okay.
All right. So you heard what he said, you know, and it's gay men that's speaking out. And I just want to say congratulations for this gay man to speak out like this. Because a lot of people won't speak out, you know, and this type of stuff happen all the time in jail too. You guys hear about, well, you don't hear about it because they don't talk about it. Like this essay and stuff happens a lot in these jail cells, and you know, you never hear about it.
Now, at that age, sex was not even
on your mind.
Yeah, when I knew, you know, I like guys, but let me make the choice when I was ready.
Right.
I didn't have sex with a guy until I was 19.
Right. And
that was my choice.
Right.
To be with someone in the music industry, Marques, and no, that was not something that I did willingly. And it was.
Yeah. And you know what? He seems like a guy that he's a lover. You know, he wants to be in a relationship with a guy. He wants to care about a guy. He seems like he has morals and values as far as relationship goes, you know, because sometimes people have this false idea that if you're gay, then all it's about is sex, 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 sex. And clearly that's not the case with a lot of gay men, especially with him. It wasn't about sex. He wanted his first time to be intimate, you know. He didn't want to be forced into it. And I'm assuming they felt that he was soft. He felt that he was sweet, and they just wanted to take his booty meat. And it's horrible because that's not what he wanted, you know. And he told them that. And these are the guys he's talking about right here, you know. These guys right here, this is who they're talking about, you know. Whoo, I tell you, ain't it something else?
Consensual.
And these guys are heterosexual guys, you know. They wear the badges of heterosexuals. You know what I'm saying? They have never came out, say they're bisexual, and they would never come out and say that. They would never come out and say they're gay. They identify as heterosexuals. You know what I mean? So let's go back here.
Straight for everybody out there that's probably thinking that or who have said that, that's not true.
Okay.
So
okay, well, y'all heard it here first. On since day one, when and how did your career end? Like, what exactly landed you back in Texas?
All right, so I'm going to stop it here and we're going to move on forward about these other things that's going on with the situation. So we have talked about Ras B. Ras B has been the forefront of this. He's been speaking and he's been talking. And why hasn't anything been done? Why hasn't the other guys helped him and speak out about it? Because the other guys are probably ashamed of this. I mean, these guys are in their 30s. So they were born in the 1980s. In the 1980s, their mindset, they were very homophobic in the 1980s. They didn't play that. They didn't allow that, especially in the Black community. And the Black community are late bloomers to accepting the LGBT. I do feel that other races and groups in America, they're more accepting than African Americans or the Ebonies. So, you know, you have to take into account their upbringing. And they're probably shamed about it. They don't want people to know. And they feel like, what else can we do about it anyway? And hell, you know, they don't want people to look at them any type of way. I mean, we know that women, they will cry for them. You know, women will, I don't know, what would y'all do, women? Okay. Would y'all, I hear women, they throw support. Okay. However, they still want to be seen as sex symbols and they still have a life and they got kids out here and they have to think about their kids. They wouldn't want, you know, other kids at school say, yeah, your daddy is a bottom. Your daddy got essayed by Chris Stokes. Your daddy is gay. You know, their kids gonna have to deal with that because it's on social media. People talk, and people are still not the nicest to a person, even a man that got essayed. And they said that's why a lot of men don't speak out about it, especially straight men, because they know once they speak out about it, they will always have that stigma on them about being gay. And you would think, well, why is it such a stigma about being gay? Isn't gay, you know, isn't it a good thing? Well, in certain cultures and certain communities, no, it's not. It is still looked upon as shameful. It is still talked about as a negative thing. They have a long fight in order to be seen as equal as a straight man. When somebody comes out as a straight man or when somebody is a straight man, nobody makes a joke about a straight man. Nobody is going to discriminate and say, no, I'm not going to hire you because you like the opposite sex. They're not going to tell that straight man, even though that straight man may be fornicating, that straight man may be a wicked person, a liar. They're not going to tell that straight man you're going to hell. Okay. They're not going to tell that straight man to throw the Bible at a straight man. But however, if you are a gay man, that's what you can expect still in this time of day. So it's a lot of negative things that comes with it. And they live in a hetero community. You know, they're not in the LGBT community and they don't want to live in the LGBT community. So they have to take all that into consideration. And their kids are in a straight community. They're not in no LGBT community, no exclusive community. I mean, kids, they still talk stuff and do all this stuff. And then when you look at the state of America and how we about to go back, you know, a lot of stuff is about to be pushed back and more people going to be in the closet. So I think they have to be considered. They have to be considering all that before they decide to come out here and say, yes, I was essayed and go into detail. You know, people going to want to know what happened, who bent over, What did you do? How did you feel? And you don't know how that makes them feel. Maybe it's traumatizing for them. Maybe they don't want to talk about it. Maybe they want to forget about it. Maybe when you bring that up, it causes them to have anxiety attack. You have no idea what goes on with these victims. Every victim is not the same. Every victim is not going to react the same. And they are saying, well, she said it out her mouth. The girl that came out, Chris Stokes' wife, that came out, ex-wife, and talked about that. She said that she did call B2K. She did call other people that was involved. And she said none of the men want to speak out about it, but she want to go forward. And I kind of felt that was kind of selfish. If these victims don't want to speak out about it, who gives you the right? But maybe she want to tell her story. Maybe she feel like she's a victim too. And I want to know, do you guys feel like she's a victim too? Press 1 if you feel like she's a victim too. You think that she feels like she's a victim too, or press 5 if you feel like she doesn't feel that way. I think that she probably feel that way. That's why she wants to come out as well. And do you think that Chris Stokes put hands on her? I don't know. I don't know. But did she benefit from it? I think she benefited from it. I think that she got a lot of bags and she lived the lifestyle, and I think she benefited from it. So, you know, it is a lot to think about and it's a lot to take in. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we've been here for 35 minutes and I want to know, how is my commentary going? How are you guys enjoying this commentary? Press 4 if I'm doing good. Okay. Do y'all want me to talk a little bit faster? Talk to me, okay? It says they're all victims. We want to look in the comment section just for a second. And if we can get these more likes up, we appreciate it. Jermaine surprised, but she knew this below. She married him. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, possibly. But do you think that she knew to what degree? Did you know, maybe she knew he possibly could be in a man, but she probably had no idea that he'll be doing these to these little boys. We don't know, but she wants to speak out. And the thing is, when she speaks out, is she going to tell the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Or is she not? What mindset is she in? Has she been on sugar boogers or has she not? But I hope that everybody can give these victims space to do what they please. Everybody don't want to be seen as a victim either. Do you guys realize that? Press 10 if everybody does not want to be a victim. Even if they are a victim, they don't want to be seen as a victim. They don't want to tell their story. And that's their right. They have every right to say, hey, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me out the chat. They have every right to say, I'm not no victim and blah, 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 blah. That's their story. But trying to force somebody to come out and say something just to please you, I think that's horrible. All right. So what else is out here? Chris Stokes versus so this is just another example how Ras B, he was very vocal. He was always speaking out about things that happened to him. So everything is pretty much out.
Support me so I can move on with my career, move on with my life. Free me.
And I think for a long time he wanted Chris Stokes to come out and to apologize. I think for a long time he wanted Chris Stokes to speak out and to confirm that he did it. And unfortunately, that's just now how the cookie is crumbled. Most people that do a crime in America, they don't go to the police station and say, you know what, I done took out such and such. I done did this. I done did that. Most of them don't do it. And you know what? I was watching, you guys know I watched 50 Cent movie. I forgot. What's the name of the movie that's on right now? Do you guys know the name of the 50 Cent TV show that's on right now? If you guys can put it in the comment section, what is that name of that 50 Cent movie that's on right now that I'm watching? Can y'all tell me the name of it? Well, anyway, I bring this up because this is a prime example of people talking and people feeling guilty about what they did. I don't know if it's Power, possibly Power. Is Power on right now? It's Raising Canaan. It's Raising Canaan. No, Raising. Y'all don't watch Raising Canaan? Raising Canaan, child. It's not Power. Who watches Raising Canaan? Press 1 if you watch Raising Canaan. Okay, y'all don't watch Raising Canaan. Okay, so on Raising Canaan, they have this episode that just aired, and it was a guy, and he took out a mother's son, and it was their friend, but they got it wrong. They thought the guy snitched on him, but he did not snitch. And it goes about telling, they thought the guy, which were their friends, snitched, told the police about criminals' activities they did about taking out somebody's life, right? So they took him out because they thought he was snitching. They thought he was telling. And I say that to say that these guys are still product of that urban environment of the no snitching. And these guys are still in the environment of, if you snitch, I'm going to take you out of here, because it's all connected. So what happened with that story? One of the guys, he felt guilty by killing his friend by mistake because he thought he was a snitch. So he goes to his mom's house, and his mom been looking for answers, and he sits there with the mom and he cries and he says, I was the one that did it. I took out your son, blah, right? Now, that's a tough situation, because as a mom, when somebody tell you they took out your son and they confess in your living room, what do you do with that information? She went to the police with that information. She went to the police, and it was a crooked cop there. The crooked cop told the gangsters that, yeah, she found out, she connects the dots, and one of your people was running their mouth. So they made that same guy that confessed to her, and he came and he befriended her like a friend. They had that same guy come in there and take her out of here. So it's like, in this type of urban history in the Black neighborhood, it's like they're anti-police, and it's like it's anti don't tell, don't snitch. So that has definitely a correlation with people don't feel comfortable with coming to the police or coming forward to make these claims out, because you see it in your neighborhood and you see it in the movies. And the movies is nothing but a reflection to what really goes on in society. I'm sure so many women and men that have been essayed, and they're afraid to make a police report because they feel that that person will try to take their life away from them, and I don't think that's the case with B2K. I think that they just don't want to be victims, and they're thankful for their kids, because all of them have kids except for Ras B. Ras B doesn't have any kids. Do he? I'm not sure. Does Ras B have a kid? He might have a kid. I might got it wrong. I got to look it up. Does Ras B have a kid? I don't know if he got a kid, but I know Little Fizz got a kid. I know Omarion got a kid, and I'm definitely sure J-Boog got kids. So I'm sure they have a lot to stuff to consider. And Ras B, he's more of a free spirit. He has done gay reality shows. Ras B has done gay TV shows, but I don't think the B2K, I don't think Little Fizz will ever do a gay reality show. I don't think Omarion would ever do a gay reality show. And I don't think J-Boog will ever do a gay reality show. Ras B, he is definitely different from the other guys. So let's go here. It says Chris Stokes called out by wife. Yeah, we talked about that. Is it true? And we also talked about, you guys know that she's in hiding right now. We don't know where she is. She dropped the bombshell, and then the next thing you know, we cannot find her. The page that she came out to talk about this with, they said it's shut down, and she just went ghost. And I don't know about you guys, but are you guys tired of people going ghost on you? Like Kelly Price, she came out, she said that people in the church was messing with boys. You guys remember that? Press 2 if you guys remember that part. But she said, you know, people in church and messing the boys, and she knew who it was, but she never dropped no names. Christian Keys came out and he talked about how this big billionaire in Hollywood was making boys bust them ankles. But he never came out to finish the job. He said he has recordings. He said he's going to go to the police, but he never comes out, and he received a bag. And it's like, this is the era of coming out telling you guys, yeah, whatever y'all believe is true, and then disappearing. It's like, what is really going on? What's going on? What is going on in this situation? All right. So going here. What else do we have to talk about? Did Diddy conspire with Chris Stokes? All right, so people are feeling like it's a connection with Diddy and Chris Stokes. The Diddy and Chris Stokes, the Diddy and B2K ever work on something together? I think they did. And I think it might be a connection. They are saying Diddy is known for his freak offs. And I think Chris Stokes, he probably has some freak offs too. I think that's definitely a connection there. They also stated that Marques and Chris Stokes shared a 1-bedroom apartment. And they definitely seem to be kind of close. Do you guys think they're lovers? Hell, they might can be boyfriends and boyfriends, right? They might could be undercover lovers, you know? It's a possibility. You know, they have the tightest relationship. Um a lot of guys that's on the DL, they do prefer to be with another man that have wife and kids, because it's more, they can keep their secret and it's more at jeopardy. I mean, they feel like, you know, he got a wife and kids. He understands me. We have the same morals and values. I know he's never going to do anything to jeopardize his wife and kids. And we're going to keep our secret. And we have a lot in common. We like to go to sports bars. We are basketball fans. They just got more in common, you know, than the average gay man. You know what I mean? And look, they doing everything together. I think it's a possibility. I definitely think it's a possibility. They could have been in an open relationship all this time. So you guys know Ray J and B2K, they are very close. Okay. I believe it is videos of Ray J talking to Ras B, trying to calm him down. And they are saying Ray J is in the mix too, if you guys did not know. And I went to go look up Ray J, and look what I find. A Danny Boy. Now, I don't know much about Danny Boy, but he said that he did come out. And I guess Danny Boy is gay, I believe. And they were talking about him and Ray J. Him and Ray J allegedly had a relationship, or a download relationship. You may not want to call it a relationship. It was a fling. But honestly, everything is a relationship when you think about it. I mean, with you guys, I have a relationship with you guys. Everybody have a relationship, but not in a relationship in a context of lovers, like it was a committed relationship. But they were definitely messing around with each other. So you know, Danny Boy talks about that, and they did get into a beef. Ray J, he spins it, and he says that Danny Boy was trying to turn him out. He claims that Danny Boy was trying to make him do gay stuff. And Danny Boy said that's not the case. The case was they were doing gay stuff together. But Ray J, he's on a down low, he's discreet, and he don't want that out. And as he should, because he was born when gay was not cool. So you growing up and having all this hatred towards you, of course not. But hopefully we come to a age and place where, as you are a kid and you're gay, you don't feel like you need to be a straight person to be accepted in society. And you can grow up with your boyfriend, and you don't ever have to date a woman, and you don't ever have to lie and just be in a relationship with a woman to please society, or to make society be happy, because you feel like you loving the same gender is not enough. So hopefully we can get to a place where we won't have to have all this nonsense, because look what it's caused. It caused a lot of heartbreak. It caused a lot of people being hurt, people feeling like they're not enough. They're not happy. These marriages, they're not happy in these marriages. They faking like they're happy. And they may have good moments, you know, they may have good moments, but it ain't real. It's not real happiness. All right. So I know people want to bring up Nick Cannon when all this is coming around because he's around the same age as Ray J. And they're also saying that Nick Cannon is gay allegedly. You guys know Orlando Brown. He came out and he said that he's messing around with Diddy. He said Diddy gives some great head. And he also said that Nick Cannon gives some great head. And you guys know Nick Cannon have beautiful women, but he can never make it stick, you know? Nick Cannon, honey, when I tell and let's just give it up. Gay men are very talented. Honey, if a man is real talented, he might be gay because these gay men, they are the most funniest, talented people, even when it comes to the comedy. You guys know about Eddie Murphy, right? But look at him. He's the most talented comedian ever. But we already know what it is, but I ain't gonna say it, but you know it. Didn't they say Rick, what's his name? Red Fox. I heard that he was gay too. You know, rest in peace to Red Fox. They was mad that they brung him up. But I'm just saying that it's so many gay people out here that are hiding under restraint because of society. And if other gay little boys that feel like they're not enough will only know how many great gay people there is in the world, honey, it will just make their life in the world a little bit better. And they won't have to feel pressure to be with no woman and do all this crazy stuff, you know? Okay. All right. So this is what they're saying about Nick Cannon. I don't know if all this is true, but this goes what Orlando Brown is saying, and a lot of people believes Orlando Brown. Nick Cannon came out and said these rumors are not true, and we know Nick Cannon have a lot of kids. He got all them kids, you know. You know, he got a lot of kids, a lot of baby mamas, but a lot of gay men got a lot of baby mamas and a lot of kids, you know. And I don't know if they're really gay. I think they're bisexual because I don't think my personal belief is a gay man cannot get it up for a woman because he has no attraction there unless he's on a pill. For a man to get it up for a woman, I don't know. Maybe he got a crazy thing. Maybe that hot dog is just made of steel, and he can. Now I've heard, you know, some men they say they think of other men when they with a woman, and that's how they keep it stimulated. I don't know. Okay, but I don't know why that's so funny. Child, it's a lot out here. But I think maybe they just buy, you know, because they can still get it up. You know, gay men, I know some gay men, honey, they cannot be with a woman that saved their life. I think that's a real gay. Okay. He ain't fake gay. That's a real gay. Okay. If you can't be with a woman to save your life, if your life was on a line and they say you got to do this to this woman and you can't do it, you real gay. That's the gay test right there. But if you can get it up, you ain't gay for real. You bi. Okay. Sound like a bisexual. Okay. Bisexual. All right. So there it is. These are claims of Orlando messing with Diddy. And yeah, giving Diddy some head. And the reason why I'm bringing all this up because all these guys are in the same age group. They all hang around each other once upon a time. And they're all connected, you know, so they all go to each other parties, and you know, that's just what it is. It says J-Boog mad at Omarion and Little Fizz for messing up. Okay, well, what did I want to get here? I wanted to look at also not only were the men messing with these young boys, but also the mothers, you know. And did you guys know that our Marion mom was messing with J-Boog and allegedly Little Fizz? You know, isn't that horrible for your own mom to be messing with him? And I don't know what age she was when she was messing with these boys. Do you guys know what age these boys were? Were they of age or were they underage? But it just goes to show that Omarion has so much trauma. When you think of Omarion's mom messing with so many random men that his friends, and then when you think of Omarion, his girlfriend, which is Apryl, and how she's messing around with his friends, to me, it just lets me know that Omarion is zesty. He gay too. You know what I'm saying? And I think Apryl was a beard, and I think that she's a good cover up for a lot of gay men. And I think it's some girls that like to be cover ups for down low gay men. They just have a thing about it. They have a talent for it. Now, Apryl did say the only reason why she was on Love and Hip Hop to stop Omarion gay rumors, because there was a lot of gay rumors about him. And Omarion, he's slightly homophobic, and you can be down low gay and you can still be homophobic. Shit, you can be outly gay and be homophobic. Shit. That's my belief. Other people may not believe that, but that's just how I feel about it. Anybody can have a dislike towards a group, even if you in that group. That does not discount you from having a dislike for that group or don't want to see a group succeed or whatever. So man, oh man, Omarion, his mama, and his girlfriend, honey. So if you guys can see here, Apryl upset with Omarion. You guys remember when she betrayed him and was with little Fizz? Wasn't that emasculating? Omarion, he got emasculated by his mama, and he got emasculated by his own baby mama. Messing with all those men. Oh my goodness. And you guys know, I told y'all she was only on that show to hide Omarion gay rumors. And you guys know she's been messing with Dr. Dre. Y'all know that, right? And you guys know that they said Dr. Dre, he's on the down low too, girl. Press 1 if you ever heard Dr. Dre being on the down low. Press 5 if you never heard. Yes, honey. And another thing, he be hitting on women, and that's another sign tell too, because they really don't want to be with a woman. They are forced to be with the woman, and you may say, well, now they can live their truth. No, they cannot, because it happened in their childhood. Once you got that childhood trauma, getting beat on, getting talked about, getting like you ain't nothing if you gay, that's gonna always stick with you, especially back in those days. Ain't no coming out with that. A lot of those men that was born in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, maybe even in the 90s, honey, if they on a down low, they stand on the down low. Ain't no coming out, okay? Because they already messed up from their childhood. Now, you do have a few that may crack that code and come out. Good for them. But baby, I'm telling you, it's not the average. It ain't the average, okay? It is not the average. And that lets you know how many men on the down low. If the average is to be on a down low, then it's a lot more. You think a lot of gay men are out now? Girl, please. It's more down low men than there are out gay men, okay? Honey, you will be surprised. You will be surprised. Okay, but I ain't the one to tell everything. Now you look at this. Look at this clip. Dr. Dre alleged girlfriend Jones says she did Love and Hip Hop to squash Omarion's gay rumors, and that's exactly why she did it. Omarion, he does not want that gay stuff on him. He cannot stand having that gay rumor speculation on him. Neither of them. And that's another reason why Omarion would not speak. Omarion was very close to Marques. Omarion was very close to Chris Stokes. They were best friends, okay? And I know some personal stories because one of them was trying to sleep with my ex-boyfriend back in the day. But we won't go with that, okay? Yes, I know a lot of stuff. Honey, I'm a transgender. Before I transgender, I was a very good looking man, and I was in these Hollywood streets right along, but I'm not telling my stories, okay? And another thing about this is when you look good and you are a man, you are invited to a lot of spaces and you have experience that a gay man that may not be attractive would never have, okay? So a lot of ugly men, gay men, or men that just don't have that swag about them. Okay, they would never have that type of experience. Okay, so they can't tell you the certain stories I can tell you. They don't have my eye. Okay. It's a difference. It's just like a transgender, right? If you have a very attractive transgender and a transgender that's not that attractive, those are two different experiences and they cannot tell you the same story. They don't have the same point of view. It's just different walks of life, you know? And honey, I don't know why I felt like saying it, but I just had to say it. But you know, it's just like a man too. It's just like a woman. You know, every woman don't have the same experience. You know, I don't think Kelly Price had the same experience and the same openings that Megan Good has. These are two different individuals that's been around different crowds. Megan Good, I was hanging around different people in the Megan Good circle back in Hollywood. Like Megan Good be in them circles. Megan Good know a lot of stuff that Kelly Price may know some stuff in the church spectrum, you know, because the Christian, they don't care about the looks like that. I don't know. Maybe they do, but maybe they don't. So I don't know what I'm saying, but right now I feel like I'm oversharing. Right now I feel like I need to be quiet because I think I'm going to a road that I need to shut up, okay? Because I don't want to say nothing. All right, so let's keep on going here. So, well, what is you guys saying? It says, not true, Gigi. Some people flogged ugly people. I'm not sure what you're saying about that because Nick Cannon, in the rooms and the spaces I went to, unattractive people were not allowed. And if you did not have the part of heterosexual normative, then you were not allowed in those spaces. So, you know, not sure about that. It's just like conservative spaces. Conservative spaces is not going to allow just ratchet people in the doors. A ratchet girl like Sexy Red cannot have the same experience as a conservative girl like Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton and Sexy Red, they're two different individuals, have two different experiences. Paris Hilton's going to go in rooms that Sexy Red can never enter. Sexy Red is going to go to rooms that Paris Hilton would never feel comfortable in. They have two different experiences, two different stories. Even though they're both women, but you're going to have two different experiences. And that's just how life is. Everybody is not the same. So, yeah, let's continue on. So this is, he's trying to sue bloggers. Well, who blogger is he suing? You guys, I asked you guys, what are the names of the bloggers that he's suing? I've asked you guys that several times, and you guys have yet to give me the names. What are the names? You said Paris Hilton at first. What are the names of the bloggers he's suing? Can you guys please tell me? Because you guys keep on throwing it in my face. Yet you guys have yet to tell me what bloggers they are. And you know what? You guys can throw bloggers out in my comment section. I know a couple of years. Okay, the Michelle A.T. Alien. Okay, well, sweetheart, Michelle and I, we are two different. And that was years ago. So, you know, I'm sorry that happened. But that ain't this and that ain't that. Okay, reported your channel. You will hear from my legal team. Okay, you're being sued too. Well, Chris Stokes, well, call me Chris Stokes. Why don't you call? Okay. Okay. Is this a troll? Now you guys know the real Chris Stokes. He would not even have the balls to come in this chat. How you doing, Chris Stokes? Okay, Chris wants attention, but you guys know this is not the real Chris Stokes. Okay, this is not the real Chris Stokes. You will be sued for your essay, child. Look, get them, you guys. We got Chris Stokes in the comment section. Whoa, anybody would do anything for attention. I must be talking really well, right? And did you guys notice I did not cuss? can you guys give me my kudos because I've been trying my best. I said I'm going to stop cussing and I'm going to stop saying the N-word. Press 1 if I'm doing a great job without cussing and without saying the N-word. You know, give me my kudos. And that just lets you guys know that I have self discipline, okay? If I want it, I can get it. I can, baby. And just because I can do it, you guys can do it too. If I can stop cussing, if I can stop saying the N-word, or if I can watch my mouth, you guys can do it too. I'm not saying that you should, but you're going to on my channel. If I'm not going to cuss, nobody else is allowed to cuss. Understand? All right, so let's go on here, and you guys know I'm coming back on screen. So I have to prepare for that because I don't want to be on screen doing all that cussing. You know, my parents is not going to like that because, you know, they like watching me and my family. They're like, why are you cussing like that? All right. So this is another. I'm just making a case that Apryl Jones, she likes to be the beard. They are rumors that Taye Diggs, he's also bisexual or down low, and he wanted gay rumors off of him. So he hired Apryl Jones to do the job. Same with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is allegedly bisexual or gay, and he was dating Apryl Jones. Apryl Jones date Omarion. Do you guys see the trend? Do you guys see that Apryl Jones, all these guys are allegedly down low? Okay. Now, that is not by accident. That is by design. A lot of girls know that these guys are on the down low or suspect, and they don't care because a lot of girls may be bisexual too. You know, they don't care, and a lot of times it's just not a big deal. I think society makes it a big deal, and I think the older generation makes it a big deal. You know, because it was a big deal in their world. So I do see more girls in the younger generation being more open to dating guys that are openly bi, you know? So good for them. So I'm just connecting the dots here so you guys see that. Unfortunately, it did not work. And none of these things work. None of these things work. Dr. Dre and her did not work because it wasn't real. And he really don't want her. He want him. And same with Taye Diggs. You know, he really did not want her. She was more of his girlfriend, but she likes to be used. I think that she likes to be used. Apryl, she's a beautiful girl. She's kind of unhinged. She's kind of ghetto. You know, she likes attention, but then she don't like attention. I'm not sure what Apryl is. I'm just saying she's beautiful enough to find a straight man that will love her, that will want her. But then again, maybe there ain't a lot of straight men out here. Maybe she needs to go to a European, or maybe she needs to go to Asia. I don't know. Okay, I'm just speaking things out. Now, I do see you guys have some comments. So I do want to say Apryl is a trans. Trans, what did you? No, I didn't say Apryl is a trans. I didn't say that at all. I said that she's a beard. That's what I said. I said she's a beard. I say that she attracts and she likes dating DL guys. And I pulled up Taye Diggs, Dr. Dre, or Omarion, you know? So that's what I said, but I never said she's a trans. No, I don't think Apryl is a transgender. If that's what you're trying to allude that I said, I did not say that, and I don't think she's trans, okay? And if she was trans, then good for her. I have nothing against her if she was. All right, is that clear? Okay. I don't want you guys to mix my words up and travel with my words. All right. So, and this is some stuff about Taye Diggs. And you know, Taye Diggs, he's a handsome guy. You know, gay men are so handsome. There's so many very attractive gay men in the world. Oh my God. And they can keep their bodies up, right? Right. So Taye Diggs, his body is marvelous. And you know, in order to be a lot of times seen as sexy in the music industry or in the movie industry, you have to cater to the audience. And the audience is women that like straight men. So you're an actor, so you're going to have to play the part and act like you straight in order to get the part, in order to get an audience, you know? Now, I don't know if that's selling your soul. Is that selling your soul? If you're gay and you're being straight for an audience, is that selling your soul? Is that like not being true to yourself and you're doing it because to get something else? Because you know they say that's what selling your soul is when you're not yourself, but you're being somebody else or doing something to get something you want, you know. So I just don't like how it sounds because it has so many religious undertones to it and people try to twist it to make it something that it's not. So I really don't like going to there, but I do go there because it's so popular. And everybody's concerned about everybody's soul but their own, okay? Which I think is just bull crap, honestly. I think it's just bull crap. Like you don't care about my soul. You don't even care about your own soul. Get your own soul together. Okay? Because you worried about my soul, you're going to end up burning along with a lot of people. Okay? So it says Tay Diggs dance like a gay man, but they've been saying jokes about him being gay in a Fruit Loop. This is before a Fruit Loop was very popular, Tay Diggs Fruit Loop, as you guys can see. But you know, it's his business. Whatever he does behind closed doors, it's really his business. If he wanted to come out tomorrow, it's his business. He's a handsome, talented guy, and much success to him. But I guess he needed Apryl for that time. You know, it didn't even make sense to me. It was like, why would he go with Apryl Jones? Like Tay Diggs, he's like, why would you go with Apryl Jones? And I think it was something that gay men were doing, you know, like Diddy going with Young Miami. Like, why would you go with Young Miami? And I think possibly, you know, it was on a down low, a gay man. They feel like let's give America their dream. And you say, well, what is their dream? A lot of times people have in America or Black community, like they want a girl from a lower station to be with a man of a higher station. Like that's their dream. Like you hear people talk about okay, if you're a Black girl, we want you to date like above your station. We want you to date somebody that's higher than you. And to give this illusion or this fantasy or to give other Black girls hope that they can have a Black man that's above their station that loves them too. And I think they just played into that narrative for a second just to get eyeballs on them and to get the gay stuff off of them and just to drive their name in the urban market. Because when you look at Apryl Jones, she's of a lower station. What is she talented for? Like, what does she do? Nothing, 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 nothing. But Tay Diggs decided to be with her. He could be with any girl he wants, but he got it with her. I think this is like a fantasy, a dream. The girl that's of a lower station with a higher station man. And I think it was the same play with Young Miami. They saw her as like you're on a lower station than Diddy. But people like that fantasy. Like it gives girls that's of a lower station, like, you know, maybe a Diddy would like me too. Maybe this could be me too. It's like another Disney type of movies or show, but in reality. But as you guys can see, it's not real. All right. So moving on. Um R. Kelly. R. Kelly. Yeah, I haven't talked about him as much, but you guys know he have a lot of receipts. It was a man that came out and said that R. Kelly was forced himself on him, but R. Kelly came out and say he's not gay. However, it has been other guys that came out, and I believe R. Kelly best friend that was around him, he was one of R. Kelly's Down Low Lovers. If you guys could remember, do you guys remember R. Kelly had a close friend, the black guy that was around him that was allegedly his lover? You know, so but we all know that R. Kelly have an issue with little girls and possibly little boys, but we don't know about a lot of little boys, but we know about a grown man, you know. So, but you know, R. Kelly, he would never come out. He was born in those times in the 1960s and 70s where they just not wasn't having that. So I'm sure, you know, like I said, they would never come out just because how they were raised. Your upbringing means a lot. You know, it plays a lot of what happens in your adult years. Yes, yes, yes. This channel is called. So if you don't like the topic, well, what's going on? What is happening out here in the comment section? Do we have an issue? Do I need to address something? Let me look in the comment section and see what you guys are saying. What are y'all saying? Who we got an issue with? Kelly is not gay. He's pan. Well, get a clue. Maybe he's bisexual, you know? And a lot of times I just say gay, and he could be very well bisexual. That is the correct terminology, but I just throw gay on it just because society throws gay on it. And maybe that's wrong of me, but it's gossip. So it's a little messy. So yeah, I do it to be messy. I do. I do. This channel, tell them, baby girl, who got an issue with the channel? Like what? What was said? What was said? It says, remember that man that came out on Usher saying Usher gave him the bumps? Yeah. All right. So since you brought up Usher, I don't know if you guys know, but this is Ice Cube's son. Ice Cube's son came out and he talks about Diddy verses on I Need a Girl that he said it always bothered him. And I'm going to go here. He says, remember in I Need a Girl when Puff was like, you was more than my girl. We was like brothers. He said that stuff always bothered him. All right. So here it is.
First we were friends.
So, and people are pointing out when Puffy made the brother remarks, he was talking about Usher. So in here in the comment section, it says bro was really rapping to Usher the whole time. And it's been alluded that Usher and Diddy, they were down low lovers at one point, that Diddy you know, took Usher's virginity when he was young. That's alleged. That's out there in these streets. And people are putting pieces together. And they said this song was really about a love song to his boyfriend, Usher. And I think it's possibility because I have yet to hear in the mainstream urban market a black man writing a love song to another man. Okay, outwardly, I'm sure a lot of these songs are really written about another man, but you know that's not marketable, so therefore you have to market it towards a heterosexual crowd, and you got to have a heterosexual sound because you know back in the day especially they were not going to allow a man to be singing about another man on the radio stations, which is so unfortunate because you do have a lot of gay men that are in love with another man. I'm sure they want to hear their favorite artist that is also gay really express how they really feel about their loving man on the radio. And can you imagine that performance? Huh? Can you imagine? Man, Diddy will have so much power in that performance. Usher would have so much power if he was on stage really singing about being with another man. It'd probably bring tears to his eyes. Okay, you would get a lot of passion out of that. I'm sure a lot of raw. Oh my God. Even though the people will freak out, they'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe. Because I feel like still in today, a lot of heterosexual people, they don't see how gay men can love each other. I don't think they see the gay love stories. I think they see majority like a lot of sexual stuff, but they don't see the love and the passion that two men be having towards each other. Okay. And I don't know why these gay men won't let it be shown. Because they don't want to be talked about. That's why they don't want to be talked about in Sean, honey. But honey, they out here. But you know what? The gay women, they doing it. I gotta give my kudos to gay women. But you know, they say gay women, this more acceptable for gay women, or is more easier for gay women. But Judy and the Brat, honey, they are showing out, and I love it. I love Judy and the Brat for doing that. And who else that's in the lesbians? It was that other girl, Niecy Dash. I love it, honey. They showing out. But I don't see the black gay man. What a black gay men relationship, huh? Why don't y'all black gay men let it show out, huh? Why y'all hiding y'all loved ones? Okay, when y'all gonna get married and sit down? When y'all gonna get married and sit down, honey? Okay. Okay, show these straight people that y'all about love too. Okay, y'all, they didn't pass the gay marriage, but you know, just because they passed the law, you know how I see it. And I was not here, but I can only imagine. You know, a point in time in America, black people were not allowed to read books. So when they lift the ban and say, okay, black people can read books now. I don't think a whole bunch of people ran into the library bookstore to start reading. I think some were excited. I think some were still scared. And you know, certain places they still had that law in effect. And I think it just takes time. I think it takes time. And sadly, I don't think the current generation will probably reap a lot of the benefits. I think the like the generation coming will reap that benefit of knowing what love is, of being with the same gender, not having to fake it, not having to have the pressure of being with the opposite gender if that's not who you are. You know, so it's unfortunate, but you know, the older generation got to fight for the rights of a generation, even though they may not they may not exercise the rights, but it's not for you. You fighting for a different group. So that's nice, but you can't be selfish. You know, you always got to think about the future. So, what are y'all saying in the comment section? It said, I forget her name. Women are lovable and beautiful. Men ain't. Maybe people understand why women love women. No, it's not about people understand. It's just that, you know, men have an agenda to oppress other men. They always have, just like B2K. A lot of women, they were okay with them coming out and telling their stories, but other guys do not give spaces for other men to really come out and express those stories like that. They don't want to hear that type of stuff, you know? So it's worse in Africa. It's horrible in Africa. Yeah. It's horrible in Africa. You know, it's so sad what goes on in Africa, honey. But they gonna pay. Trust me, sooner or later they gonna pay. Also, if a man has spent over 7 years in jail, he's definitely gay. Double standards. Yes, everything is double standards. I mean, this country was built on double standards. It was built on the patriarchy. One group is better than the next. One group can do things the other group can't. That's what you call privilege, right? You having the ability to do things other people cannot. That is privilege. So this country was built on privilege. They feel like privilege gives law and order. And some people like it like that, especially the people that's at the top. If you are a privileged person at the top and everybody gets what you get, you don't feel special. It takes away from who you are feeling special or entitled, you know? If everybody in America was riding around in a Mercedes Benz and they were giving out Mercedes Benz like it's nothing, the value of Mercedes Benz would not mean anything, right? Right. So people like things because it's elite, it's privilege. I can have it, but you can't. I can afford it and you can't. So it makes it better. All right. So, yes, people like double standards when it comes to groups. You know, you people need to stay in your lane. We can do it, but you can't. You know, that is when you look in your history book, shoot, that's what this country was built on. Okay. So that's not surprising. Talk that talk, Gigi. Thank you, baby. All right. It says it is true that you barely have to say your sexuality because you didn't choose it. It chooses you. Right. It was gonna say it's usually even time. Yeah. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed my commentary. I'm gonna do another upload. It seemed like my uploads be popping lately. You know, I used to be good with my lives, but it's not. I know I have a live later on today, but I think I'm going to exchange my live out, and I think I'm going to do a commentary just to let you guys know. And if you guys did not know about my other channels that I have this one channel called Big Mama Judy. Now, it was Ruby May, but I said, no, I want to change it to Big Mama Judy because Big Mama Judy just sounds a little bit more comical. I like how I like how I roll off my tongue, Big Mama Judy. Okay. I was going to go with Big Mama Rudy, but I said Judy because I like Big Mama Judy. I like Judy. So, and you know, I got an auntie named Judy. Shout out. So, on here, I just do, you guys know this is a filter. This is a character that I portray, which is Big Mama Judy is a character. And I just run my mouth, and a lot of these videos are just short videos that I do that I'm trying to build up. So if you want to support Big Mama Judy, you can do so by subscribing to Big Mama Judy channel, and make sure you comment and like and support and all that. You guys know about my Instagram channel, the Messy Sweet Spot. However, I do news over here, but my news don't go far. Like, I don't think Instagram really like the way I do news over here. But I did notice that when I did this video, it got a lot of attention and a lot of hearts. So I think I'm going to try to turn this Instagram into a skit. I'm going to try to mix it like a skit mixed in with gossip and see if that works. I do have a Twitter, you know, and my Twitter, my TikTok, the messy sweet spot, it seems to be going okay. I'm cool with my TikTok. I just created it and I'm already close to 5,000 followers. I went viral on here twice already with the Bernie Mac. I got 1.3 million views. Congratulations. And also, I had another one right here. The Tyrese story. I reached 384,000 views. And yes, in this channel, I use Rudy, Big Mama Judy. I do. I use that. Some people are still asking me, like, why did I transition to be old? I did not transition to be old. This is just a filter that I use for a character. Because I was not planning on coming out social media to really show my face. I wanted my privacy. However, it looks like I am going to sell out. Second plan. And I'm going to come out on camera this year. Okay. It's not nothing I planned. It wasn't where I really wanted to, but just saying the love that you guys shown and how people want to change and write my narrative. I'm going to have to come back. I'm going to have to put my name on it. Okay. I'm going to have to put my name on it. So I look forward to that. All right. This is a YouTube channel, Gossip Girl XOXO, that I do. And over here, it's just all going to be personal. This is all going to be about me. So if you just want to hear about me, then you want to come over here. Now, I might do a little bit of gossip here and there, but it's not going to be much. Like everything over here, I want it just to be about me. Just about me, and that's it. Okay, that's it. All right. So yes.
A, B, C, D.
C, D, E, F, G. I love that song. I love that song. All right. So I think I plugged myself good enough. All right. So later on today, I will try to upload a video. And I just want to say I thank you guys for the support. I love you guys. If you guys can please share my video and comment, I really appreciate that. All right. What are you guys saying out here in the comment section? What are you guys saying? Any last questions before I go? Make sure you put them in the comment section because I want to see what you guys have to say to me. Okay. I think Chris Stokes touch all them boys. Yeah, I think so too. I would agree with that. I love your video about Steve Harvey being canceled. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Yeah, it did really well on my TikTok about the Steve Harvey. Well, it did all right. I got 17,000 views on there, which I think is decent. Considering I only have 4,000 followers. I think it's decent, you know. So I just have to be at it. And you know what I noticed on this channel as well? I was like, maybe I'm uploading too much and then I'm doing too much. Like I'm doing so many different topics in the algorithm. It seems like the algorithms want me to focus on one type of niche and they just want me to stay on there. And what I was doing in the past, I was doing this group, that group, and I was just catering to so many different audiences. And I think the algorithm get tripped up. And maybe other people can do it, but maybe I just can't afford to do it. I'm not sure, but I was surprised to see the amount of views I got on my last upload videos, two of my last upload videos. I'm like, oh, it's kind of nice. But you know what I noticed too? It's like when I switch from doing lives to uploads, it's like they'll push me in my uploads, but then if I switch to live, they won't push me in my live unless I do a great live, and then they'll start pushing my great lives. So now it's like maybe I just need to do like 20-minute uploads because that's what it seemed like it's okay right now. So I'm going to work on a 20-minute upload or something. I don't know. I got to figure it out. And yes, I'm going to use the character Big Mama Judy for my uploads. All right. So look out for her. And you guys know that is a character. Did you say you're coming back this evening? Unfortunately, no. I'm going to do an upload. So look out for my upload. I'm going to do an upload, but I'm not going to do another live because my lives are not in the algorithm. If you guys can notice, like my views are so low, like when I do lives. So I'm going to have to do a live when a popping like topic where everybody is searching in the algorithm that can get me up, and then I can do more lives. It seems like then it converts and pushes my lives in the algorithm. But right now, you know, they hating on me, child. They hating on me, child. Okay. So what else are you guys saying? I love you and all your updates. Oh my God, I love you too, Tanya. You know I love you so much and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You're so supportive. You always been there, unwavering support, and I love it. And I appreciate it. Okay. It says they wrong for that. At least say yes, pinch my butt cheeks. Child, you crazy. You crazy. You know, that's their right. They don't have to say anything if they don't want to, you know. You have to be considerate. They have kids. Do you understand that? They don't want to hear their daddy on the internet talking about another man pinched their butt. And then what kid, and I want to know this, for you guys out here, would you want your kids to be watching on the internet about you being SA'd? Would you want that for your child? I know a lot of people don't want that. They don't want their child to even know they've been SA'd. I mean, think of how many kids and parents out here that have been SA'd that never sat down and talked to their kids about the horrible stuff that happened to them. Usually, a parent wants to protect their kids from those horror stories. They don't want their kid to worry about their parent. They don't want their kid to stress and worry about that, because when a child hears that their mom and their dad been that type of way or that victim, you don't know how that can trigger that child and what what the kids will say in the school, because this is all on social media. People do talk. People will weaponize that to throw in your kid's face when they're upset with you. So as a parent, you want to protect your kids from all that. So you want to be watchful for what you say and what you put on social media. That's just my thinking of it. But what would you guys, you guys will want all the business out there? The algorithm is back to only picking up lives where people are on camera now, back to the office. Oh, is that what's going on? Rebuke the devil? Rebuke the devil. That's what's going on? Well, I need to get back on live then, huh? Is that what y'all saying? Y'all just gonna force me. This ain't right. Y'all just gonna force me out here in these streets. Don't worry. I'm gonna have my face on later on this year. I'm gonna be on live later on this year. Okay. Man, I can't believe I don't like this. I was very comfortable. Okay. I was very comfortable. Just messed my whole thing up. Rebuke the devil. The child innocence needs to be protected. Yep, it really does. And yeah, but it's a lot that goes on with that when you tell the world that you've been essayed as a man. You're going to have other men that's going to joke about that. Other men are going to look at you differently. You will want to say, well, I hope my brothers, they embrace me. No, they might not embrace you. They may say, sorry, man, but they probably going to stay away from you. They probably going to look at you like, you're a victim. And do men want to be looked upon as victims? Press 1 if that's men want to be looked upon as victims. Press 5 if men don't want to be a victim. So, and back in the day, they still have that ideology of when they were raised in the 80s and 90s. Men did not want to be victims. They are tough, they're strong, they got this. They want you to look at them as a man, as a leader, not a victim. So R. Kelly wife was not beautiful, Gigi. Well, you know what? Each his own, I'm just gonna say okay things. If you don't feel like she's beautiful, then what is she? What is she? What is she then, huh? This thinking is why men suffer in silence. Well, get a clue. I didn't make these rules up. I didn't force this in our society. It was already here before I was around. I'm just telling you how men probably feel about this. So that might be true. But again, I don't think the society wants a whole bunch of men out here crying, being a victim. I think they want men to toughen up and suck it in and just keep it moving. It's unfortunately, but they want that society versus a society of a group of men that's crying about being a victim. So women shun other women who are SA victims. Yeah, they do. I hope the gals have straight men's washed early back there. All right. Well, I'm going to get on out of here. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys sooner or later. And Maxwell, if you're out there, I just want to say thank you so much for that cinnamon roll. I had it last night and it was so yummy. Like I'm so addicted to the cinnamon rolls. All right. DJ. I may not. Where's the DJ at? DJ, where you at?